Hey, good morning, folks. I'm your host, BKP. It is 8 a.m. on the East Coast. It 1/3/2019, third day of January, getting things started off here. Don't forget, if you would like to ever contact our show, it is 706-889-9700. Right there on your screen is the way you can contact us. Send me an email, and also all the ways you can follow us on social media. And don't hesitate. That's a 24-hour news tip line. Also, the show, you can text me live right here if you want to talk about something going on. We talked about it for years, right? And the Chinese have pulled it off. They pulled it off. Number 33, right? How many Pink Floyd fans out there are hearing that the dark side of the moon, the Chinese have landed this little thing on the dark side of the moon, while some in America are still arguing whether there ever was, will, has been, whatever, a moon landing. Whether we've landed on the moon or not, while that discussion is still taking place, China claims they have landed on the dark side of the moon. And for me and all Pink Floyd fans, we're cool with that, right? Dark side of the moon. Anyhow, that's my little opener. Do not end your career this way. This is just saying. Do not end your career this way. Number 17. I hope it's not over, okay? I hope it's not over. Sandra Bullock, I hope your career is not over. Yes, we've got a lot to talk about this morning, but the Bird Box, okay? Netflix is pleading, and I picked up on this, and the wheels are turning. Netflix is pleading. Stop doing Bird Box Challenge. I'm going to plead with you to stop wearing a blindfold in 2019 and walking around daily blindfolded and doing the deep state Nancy Pelosi Democrat challenge. Stop the Democrat challenge, walking around blindfolded. Stop it. We're going to plead with you. That's our 2019. Netflix is pleading. I was watching this. First, viewers getting hurt imitating Sandra Bullock character. Sandra, I hope this is not it. I hope. You have to go out there and do something. You got to get somebody to read the script for you. Okay? I must admit, there's 2 hours of my life I cannot get back. There's 2 hours that are gone, okay, that I watched this piece of, it's the worst. It is going to rank up with the top 10, I guess. We'll say 10 because 2019 has a lot of time left. We're only on day 3. Top 10 worst movies of the year. This will probably narrow down to about 3. I'm hearing that Sherlock and Holmes, or whatever it is, the one there with Will Ferrell. I just want to say I'm enjoying the bomb here, the bomb of Will Ferrell's movie. I'm reading that people what's the name of that movie? Do you know what it is, Josh? It's like Sherlock, Holmes, and Watson. Is it Holmes and Watson? Is that the actual name of it? Holmes?
I'm not too sure.
All right.
I know which one you're talking about, though.
But I'm reading reviews of people getting up and walking out of the theater on this thing. I mean, it is massive reviews. Don't waste your money. Please don't go. It is what's out there. It is a bomb. So I'm just going to say, Will Ferrell, if you would spend more time trying to do movies like Semi-Pro, for those of you out there that know that movie and love it, okay? Trying to do movies like Semi-Pro and going back to the movies that people thought, were very funny that you were in. instead of campaigning door to door for Stacey Abrams down at Kennesaw State, you know, going down there doing a campaign cheering rally. Hollywood, love to see Hollywood fall apart, right? A campaign cheering rally, okay, for Stacey Abrams. If you just focus a little more on going back, just be funny on the screen, do the movies we like that crack us up, that you really do well in, and forget your campaign life there. So I'm glad to hear it. But the Bird Box Challenge. Now, the reason I'm opening up with this, and we'll get to the big stories, okay? Number 18. All right. Now, Netflix released this, and I thought you could take Netflix's statement and you could put it together with so many other things, all right? So first of all, this woman is blindfolded for 2 hours, having to go, not just 2 hours, several years. So I don't want to spoil it for those that want to watch this movie, but obviously they have a baby. There's a baby, and next thing you know, the kid's 7. So obviously they had to go through life 7 years without being able to get out in the daylight and keep their eyes covered from this mysterious fog that was making everybody go crazy. That's the Democrats. I was like, holy smokes. They wrote a movie about the Democrat fog outside that you can't go. I swear to God, I'm going to have fun with this all year long. The Bird Box. It is, right? Okay? And the only ones that can truly see is at the end of the movie when they get to a blind compound. A home for the blind. Can't explain it if you didn't see it. But here you go. Can't believe I have to say this. Can't believe I have to say this, Netflix. How many ways can we use this? Please do not hurt yourself with this Bird Box Challenge. Please, America, don't hurt yourself with this damn Democrat challenge. Please, capital letters, don't hurt yourself out there. Okay? We don't know how this started. And that's what Republicans do. They walk around like we don't know how this started. And we appreciate the love. But boy and girl have just one wish for 2019, and it is that you not end up in the hospital due to memes. Boy and girl. That's gender identification. The movie there's 2 kids born. I think they're gonna carry on mankind, right? So there's 2 kids born in this movie. One is a boy and one is a girl. They actually named them boy and girl. Gender identification. Everything Netflix could do wrong in this movie, everything that really could be paralleled with this movie, and what a bunch of dumbasses are walking around blindfolded in America that's not seeing the truth. It's awesome, but this movie is a piece of garbage. Anyhow, do I have 8 minutes attributed to this movie? Let's get off of that, all right? Now, yesterday, I'm going to get into it a little later. There's a couple topics I want to deal with today. Apple, right? Apple. Stock market is still going down. Oh, my God. Trump's trying to tell you. And I'm going to break down a little bit of what Trump means, and I know you will not respect. Some out there will not respect that I have the education or the intelligence necessary to explain this. Here's what really makes me angry, damn it. Oh, there'll be no Carla's Corner, and that doesn't make me angry. I just wanted to think of it for those of you that are used to Thursdays, because the kids are still out of school. So that's got everything disrupted, damn it. They give these kids, all this damn time off school, and, everybody's got to be gone, right? Anyhow, where did that come from? So, Apple. Now, you know what really ticks me off is they treat Donald Trump like a total idiot. Like Ren and Stimpy, you idiot, you. I mean, total idiot. They treat this guy like a total idiot. And I know how he feels. I mean, because, I read probably 9 articles this morning, okay? 9 articles. And I actually can read. I know. It's funny, right? Funny, huh? Funny. Ha ha, funny, Scooter? Anyhow, but, when I try to do it out loud or translate it from the computer to the screen because I want to get you information, and pronouncing things is not my strongest point. And I got my critics out there, okay, that always pick up that I pronounce something, you know, with a syllable a little off. I know how Donald Trump feels. I mean, Donald Trump gets just a little fraction off. He gives a numerical statement on something. He's just a fraction off. They put a whole damn table full of people to analyze that fraction off. He tweets something out, and it's grammatically backwards for one. You know, all right, so I understand that very well. They treat this man like a total idiot. And every single time, he holds a press conference, especially like in that cabinet meeting yesterday, absolutely, I realize more and more that this guy is brilliant. He has done everything he had to do to absorb what's going on around him and not get sucked into playing their game. Absolutely. I told you that yesterday on the military, okay? Now, everybody's all bent out of shape of the adults in the room that left. Rex Tillerson, oh my God, he's gone. The sanity is left. They're back to, damn it, they need the 25th Amendment again. They are wanting to get the cabinet and the temporary cabinet appointees to come together and see if they can invoke the 25th Amendment because, you know, impeachment's well on the way down the road. Not well on the way down the road, but it's down the road. It's coming, all right? Anyhow, that being said, this man is brilliant. And I said it yesterday. Mattis, McChrystal, the generals, Kelly. Hey, great, guys. It's like Trump said yesterday, you know, Mattis thought I was the greatest thing under the sun when I got him $760 billion, okay, budget, when 2 years in a row I got him over $700 billion for his Pentagon behemoth. Look, these guys in the military, not all, quote, not all, but these 3 and 4 star generals that have gone through the political ranks, that have been in there for 40 years, they are the part of the behemoth of that Pentagon, and that's what they see, okay? All right, they see that. And every time, you know, it's just like a border wall and border security. Every time you want to cut Pentagon spending, they think you want to cut defense. Neither here nor there. Okay. So they treat this guy like a total idiot, and every single time he comes out to me like the most brilliant guy. I'm so happy this guy's the president of the United States. But Trump supporters, are you going to leave him out there by himself, isolated? Or are you going to do the work now? I'm going to get into 3 things. Apple Computer today, okay, in the stock market. I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into Mitt Romney, and you need to take what he did serious. It's a setup. It's all put in place, okay? Mitt Romney's not an idiot. It's all put in place by the deep state media. You need to pay attention to what Mitt Romney did. You don't need to just laugh it off, okay? You don't need to just call him irrelevant. The line starts here, okay? So when you're signing up for a class, the line starts here, right here at the table. Mitt Romney is telling everybody, hey, I'm head of the line, everybody's in back. I'm going to explain that. We got to pay attention to that, all right? We're going to look at that. But first off, let's go with this part of the video, all right? This video. Now we might play this twice, but I want to play this video before we go to break because the piece of dog crap on the ground, this guy is equal to a piece of dog crap you're going to get on your new shoes that you just got for Christmas on the ground. That's what this guy's equal to me. I'm sorry, okay? These people are pieces of out and out, pieces of garbage, absolute garbage. And this guy, you got a new pair of shoes for Christmas, and you went outside and you didn't see the piece of dog crap on the sidewalk, and you stepped in it. And that's what this guy reminds me of and who he is to me. I don't know who he is to you, but this is the biggest piece of garbage in the world to me right now at this instant. All right, let's play the video till I tell you to come back to me.
We asked the president to support the bills that we support that will open up government. We asked him to give us one good reason. I asked him directly. I said, Mr. President, give me one good reason why you should continue your shutdown of the 8 cabinet departments.
Now, I'm going to give this piece of garbage one good reason. We'll come back and talk about it. This is the lowest. I mean, all right, I know you're yelling back out there, shut up already. But people, this is the lowest piece of dog crap on the sidewalk in America today. Chuck, you piece of SH on dog crap on my shoe. I'm going to give you one good reason. This is what makes me mad, okay? This is what makes me mad. I'm going to give you 3 good reasons, Chuck. I'm going to give you 3 to shove right up wherever you want to shine them. In the old days, when we were kids riding around a bicycle, we used to yell, shove it where the sun don't shine. All right? Shove it where the sun don't shine. Oh, well, okay. Are you offended out there? What the hell? Watch Bird Box again if it's bothering you. Give me number 1. Chuck, there's 3 good reasons. There's 3 good reasons right there, okay? 3 good reasons. Mr. President, don't stop. Keep it shut down. I don't give a shit if the trash cans are rolling over at Yosemite Park in the Grand Canyon. You know, do your civic duty. You know, be an American. Pick up the damn trash. Volunteer for a day. Ride the trash truck, throw it away. Oh, no, right? Give me number 2. There you go, Chuck, you piece of garbage, Schumer. I asked the president. This is the quote. I asked him directly. Mr. President, give me one good reason to continue your shutdown. Give me one good reason, Mr. President. December 26th. This corporal, right here, leave him on the screen. Chuck, you piece of no good crap. I'm going to give you a couple reasons here, okay? On December 26th, this corporal, Ronil Singh, I forget it, I guess that's his name, of the Newman Police Department, was killed by an illegal, Chuck. They don't look very damn white. A Mexican national, an illegal, Chuck. With how many aliases? We'll go into this when we get back because I want to settle down on this. Multiple aliases. They come in this country and they work their way across the country. Bada bing, bada boom. Next thing you know, they're under 5 different damn names. There's your one good damn reason, Chuck. I'm going to answer you directly. Because we're not dumbasses out here in America. You keep treating our president like he's the biggest dumbass in the world. We're not dumbasses out here. I got the reasons. On December 26th, look at that baby right there. You come and you shove the damn babies down our friggin' throats. Right? You come and you do the stories, the deep state corrupt media. You keep doing the damn stories that we snatched some kid from the border. Oh my God, the humanity. We snatched a kid and we put a kid in a tent. The kid went camping, damn it, Chuck. That's all the kid did, damn it. He went camping on the border. Hey, we're going camping, right? So, no, we got kids, or we have these kids that come over here and they're sick, damn it, they're sick, and our borders are overwhelmed, and we're paying $200 and some billion a year to take care of this damn problem. We can't get $5.7 billion to slow it down. You take care of your own damn Mexicans, you take care of your own damn Guatemalans, you take care of your own damn Hondurans, take care of your damn people. Donald Trump says, hey, it's time to take care of our damn people. That's all the hell I'm trying to do. What's wrong here? Are you not getting it? Are you walking around with a blindfold? You don't get it? We're just trying to take care of our people. We don't understand why we're sending $10 billion here and $10 billion there. You take care of your own damn people. We'll take care of ours. Don't come across our damn border. But now the media rushes down there to show you some kid that's been snatched away from their parent. Oh my God, the kid's been separated. Where's the outcry? Where's the pouring and the tears on MSNBC? Why, Minka? Because your stretched out damn face can't cry anymore? Where's the tears, Minka? Where is the, oh my God, this poor baby has to grow up without a father? Where the hell is it, Chuck? Huh? I'll give you one damn reason. I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. Ever since I seen this guy right here, and I see December 26th and these two people dead. I mean, I sit out on my side porch and I was crying the other day to myself, what the hell? And I mean, seriously. That's how emotional I am. And the damn people are walking around like total zombies in this country, not catching on that this thing we call America is coming down right down the toilet tube as we're watching pieces of crap like Chuck Schumer say, give me one good reason. Look at this beautiful family, December 26th. This man is dead, Chuck. He's dead, damn it. That kid's going to grow up without his father. Sorry. Let's take a break. We'll come back, and I think we'll get into some more issues. But I can give you all kinds of damn reasons, Chuck. I tell you what, I despise that man. I absolutely despise that piece of garbage like you would not believe. You smug, pointy-nosed piece of you know what you are. Come out with your damn glasses hanging on the end of that pointy-ass New York nose of yours. You piece of garbage, you. Give me one good reason. You asked the president. Take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. The leaves aren't the only thing falling in Jasper. The prices are falling too at Days Chevrolet. Now during the model year end clearance, get huge savings up to $14,000 off Chevy Silverado Crew Cab and save up to $7,000 off new Chevy Cruze. The prices are falling on every 2018 Chevy in stock during the model year end clearance. Going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Good to have you with us here in 2019. I had my, mark that down. It only took, yesterday, I was passionate about several subjects yesterday that we discussed, but what do they say every time Trump, they say he has a temper tantrum, right? They say Trump threw one of his temper tantrums. Well, I had my first outburst. We'll call it outburst, okay? We won't call it a meltdown. I didn't have a meltdown. I mean, you know, obviously I'm in the room alone. I don't know if anybody would have been in the room with me would have had fear that I was having a meltdown, but whatever it may take, you know, you piece of garbage, Chuck Schumer. But, well, relax. Serenity now, serenity now. Now Seinfeld's in trouble, right? They went through, did you hear this? I read this story. I read every damn thing. I don't know why the hell I do that. But Seinfeld, right? There's this story out. So I read this story that there's 13 shows that Seinfeld did, Jerry Seinfeld, that they did that millennials find inappropriate. Anyhow, so we'll mark that down as 1/3/2019, my first passionate monologue of the year. Won't be my last, folks. I just, there's things that hit me, and I apologize. I really do to you, the audience. There's things, and every time I heard him say, I asked, give me one good reason. I mean, I was thanking God that I wasn't in Washington, D.C. to give him firsthand one good reason. I mean, every time I asked the president directly. I asked him directly. Give me one good reason. Give me one good reason. You don't want to hear what I really want to say. Anyhow, how serious is Mitt Romney's op-ed? It's all set up, folks. The deep state media. I've been watching them for days. I wanted to see what they came out of the box. Okay, why didn't Romney write the op-ed? Okay, and send it to the Post. All right. I try to tell you on the show, we study the media here, and they are complicit. They are. They're in cahoots. Okay, and it's collusion. It's the only collusion out there. Not Trump and the Russians. It's the only collusion out there. It's the deep state media is in lockstep with the deep state. They're apart when you start breaking it down, and they carry the water and the propaganda on a daily basis. And why didn't Romney release his Washington Post op-ed days in advance? Because you would have been busy over New Year's Eve wanting to know where you were going to enjoy yourself and not care about Mitt Romney and him acting like he's the adult in the Republican Party. Why? Because you would be going through Christmas and enjoying your Christmas holiday with family and friends and busy, with activities. Why? Okay? Why? Because America's gotten to, and let's say this, all right? Let's just say some things out loud, okay? America is changed. Has it changed? And, it's changed to where, the day of the 50s and the 60s, okay, and somewhat 70s, because that's the way I lived when I lived in the 70s, and we're not going to knock and trash people, okay? But in the 70s, let's just say 1970 period, you had mom and dad, so you had Christmas together. Okay, you had Christmas together, and you didn't have dad, and you didn't have mom and mom, maybe out there somewhere, but you had mom and dad, you had Christmas together. Then you got up on Christmas Day and you went over the river and through the woods, because that's what the song said, and you went to Grandma A and then Grandma B, or vice versa, and it was a whole thing of who was the first grandma you go to. It was a real fight, like, we went to your mother's last year first, we're going to my mother's first. No, we're not. Whatever. The brisket will be ready at 2. Whatever the hell. You know what I mean? Right? So it was real simple back then. So now we need 2 damn weeks in America to have Christmas, because you got to go to mom's, and then you got to get the dads, and then you got to get to your, second mom somewhere, okay? And maybe dad lives here and mom lives here, and now you got 8 grandparents you got to go visit. I'm just saying, right? So that's what we do. So that's why Romney didn't drop the op-ed. That's why he didn't drop that a week ago. It was timed. Okay, remember this, okay? And I told you this, all right? I'm not putting a lot into this. I just know what they're setting up, okay? You're saying that's not real news. No SH. Okay, it's not real news. It's fake. They're carrying this water. So I told you to read, all right, and I'll give it to you here if you didn't. It's on the Hill. It's written. It's on the Hill. It's prediction. Trump goes unexpected. Candidate emerge in 2019. Trump goes. It's predictions for 2019, and it's written. Just if you'll type in, if you go to the Hill website and put in predictions, this came out on 1/1, okay, at 9 a.m. I told you this, we'll build up to where we're going. On 1/1 at 9 a.m., this prediction list came out on the Hill website, all right? And these kind of predictions are going around everywhere. Every site out there, some kind of parallel to these predictions are going on, okay? But this is part of the setup that Trump won't make it. But here's the prediction list. This came out on 1/1. It's not a coincidence, all right? This prediction list, and several of the prediction lists came out 1/1 at 9 a.m. in the morning. So New Year's Day at 9 a.m. in the morning, this stuff starts making the airwaves, okay, to set up Romney's op-ed. So at 8 o'clock at night, Romney's op-ed, boom, goes up. Washington Post. I get an email at 8:01 telling me it's out there. So I read it New Year's. So we came in here yesterday morning, and the news picked it up at 4 a.m. And you would think between, Jake Tapper, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, the whole list, okay, a reshuffling of the Republican Party. And then Romney McDaniels, whatever her name is, okay, the niece that's head of the RNC, comes out and gives a big, hey, you should not have done that, you freshman senator, and doesn't even acknowledge her uncle, but, you know, harsh on him. It's all a setup, folks. Please stay with me. Watch what happens here. Now, I would love to be wrong, but I think Romney is the mantle they're setting in place, and they did it on purpose. So that being said, we're going to talk about Mitt in just a minute. All right, I want to go to this right now. This morning, so many of you, the last all-star political panel for the year. Give me number 3. Okay, this is the power. This is the power here you're looking at. Shutdown, showdown, okay? And what is happening in 2019, and just to open your eyes, is this is going to be the power right here. Who will win this? Now, Chuck Schumer comes out and acts as though, and the media leads you to believe, okay? Now, you know, Bird Box hit a home run for one reason. It gave us the walking through life with a blindfold, you know, meme. We can look at that. Walking through life with a blindfold, all right? Now, the average American people, I will predict, do not know Chuck Schumer's not the majority leader in the Senate. What happened yesterday? I told you as soon as this was over and you came into 2019, the media would treat the Democrats as they were in charge of everything. Okay? It's very hard, not just because he's short, okay? It's very hard to find Steve Scalise and McCarthy in any videos right now. Well, he was on Fox. No big deal. Oh, he was on Hannity. He was on Laura Ingraham. Yeah, okay. Really? Watch Steve Scalise, okay? Steve Scalise and Kevin McCarthy. Now, in the last 2 years, you would have believed that Adam Schiff, Nancy Pelosi, Jerry Nadler, you would have believed that the Democrats were in charge as much as they had them on TV. They're not going to give the Republicans the same thing. You're not going to see Steve Scalise every time you turn around and McCarthy every time you turn around. Watch. In yesterday's news clips, everything, why is Mitch McConnell on the sideline? Why? Okay? Now, let me say this. This is the power in Washington, D.C. You better get used to it. A lot of you did not like on the last All-Star panel of the year that I made Nancy Pelosi the winner of the year, which angered a lot of people. It wasn't because I like Nancy Pelosi, but here's what I want to say. Her daughter came out and said yesterday, Nancy Pelosi will cut your head off and you won't even realize you're bleeding. All right, something like that. I mean, she will. All right. I don't know. It's obviously happened in the history of our country, but what I would like you to do is go do some research and find out the last time somebody took the power of House of Representatives as Speaker of the House, lost the power. A lot of times when they lose the power, folks, they can't take being the minority leader. I tell you, majority leader's a big perk. Oh, it's a big perk. I mean, you get the big office in the corner, get the extra staff. I mean, big, big perk. Last time Nancy Pelosi, if I remember right, you do the research. If I'm off one little bit, like the president, there'll be the attacks out there. But one little bit, I think the last time she was Speaker of the House, the plane that was dedicated to her, she required a bigger jet because she did not want to stop and fuel up going to San Francisco. Okay, the other jet I thought had to stop and fuel. I don't know. I could be wrong. Look that up. But that was a big argument that Pelosi wanted an upgrade in her jet that she gets. Oh, yeah, she gets a free jet. The whole works, okay? Anyhow, look at the last time. And a lot of times they will not step down the minority. This lady stepped down the minority from Speaker of the House, stepped down the minority. She knew the power play she was making. Okay? She knew. The one thing that's been said on this show many times from guests and others out there and myself is the Democrats are very good at a long game, okay? Very good at a long game. She knew that she was putting things in place, and she's back. Today, that's the Speaker of the House. Today, she goes in as Speaker of the House, all right? So just look it up in history. The last time a Speaker of the House went to minority and then came back as Speaker of the House. There she is. Go to number 4. A new era begins today, okay? We will have 2 women that are Muslim, okay? First 2 Muslim women, they will have their heads covered. It's against the rules of the House to have covering. I mean, I know what you're saying out there, okay? I don't care. 2019, I don't care what you're saying. I do not care. But the next thing you know, you're going to have somebody walk in a baseball cap. Ah, hell, I overslept. I threw on my hat. Boom. Just saying. Just saying. Rule, don't cover the head in the House. That's a rule. There you go. There's Donna Shalala. Wasn't she years ago a special kind of friend to Hillary? I mean, I'm just saying. Donna Shalala was in Bill Clinton's cabinet. Now she's back as a new representative in the House of Representatives. She's a new member. I'm just saying, I thought her and Hillary had a connection. I mean, Chuck Woolery kind of thing. You know what I mean? Just say it, don't know. And here we go. And let's do this. Give me number 8. There she is, number 8. Nancy takes control of the House today. There she is. She'll hold 235 seats. Here's the breakdown. And I want to stop right here in just a minute. Give me number 11. Here's the breakdown. The party breakdown. Just think of it at the top, the party. They've been partying with our money long enough. I think they should change it from not party. They just whatever, okay? The House will have 235 Democrats and Republicans, 199. The Senate has moved to 47 to 53, okay? So let's stick there for just a minute, okay? So the House is moving over. Today, the Senate. At the same time, Nancy Pelosi's getting the big gavel, all right? And the Democrats, and I wonder if there'll be the gavel handing ceremony today, and the useless, no good former Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, will hand over the gavel. But look at the Senate. You got 47-53. Now, the House is going to immediately, Nancy Pelosi said, the House is going to immediately pass appropriations bills. Immediately today, opening the government back up. And then it'll be up to Mitch McConnell over in the Senate, okay? What happened to the bill that was passed by the House already? Is it null and void? It was passed. Is it null and void? Could the 53 senators that are Republicans this afternoon, could Mitch McConnell call for the nuclear option as the head of the Senate and pass what the Republicans sent over last week or 2 weeks ago, with $5.7 billion for the wall? Can they do that? Nuclear option, Republicans rush in, hit it with the 53 straight votes, 53-47, and send a message today. This is how it works. You will deal with the Senate. Because right now, Chuck Schumer's running the Senate. Right now, Chuck Schumer's the majority leader. That's the impression, that's the way he's working, and that's the way he's talking. Mitch McConnell could say all day long, I understand Mitch makes these little crafty deals. But we need 60 in the Senate. So I just want to know, can Mitch actually flip the switch today, have 53 votes on the nuclear option, send it to the president, and by the end of the day, the president sign it with $5.7 billion for border security of a wall, okay, and say that's how it works. I did end the shutdown. So could Mitch McConnell do that, end the shutdown? I don't know. Maybe he can, but that's the makeup. When we come back, I want to venture into Apple, okay? Here's going to be a nice face there. Let's see, a diverse freshman class comes to Washington. Progressive Firebrands, number 12. Yeah, just think a little, yeah, right? The scary thing is she's walking around without the blindfold. Holy smokes. Yesterday, number 13. They're in the Situation Room. We, you and I out there and most of America feel we have a crisis at our southern border. Most of us feel that we are headed for a collapse, an internal collapse of this country if we don't get a hold on it. Kirstjen Nielsen, the Secretary, Homeland Security Secretary, was asked to give a report. That's the reason they were in the Situation Room, because we feel this is a serious situation on our southern border. She was asked to give a report. As soon as she started in the report, Nancy cut her off. I don't need to hear that, man. I don't need to hear that. You do understand who I am here in 24 hours? You better get it straight. My daughter told you earlier today, I will cut your head off. You won't realize you're bleeding. I'm your host, BKP. Let's talk about Apple and Mitt Romney when we return.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
The leaves aren't the only thing falling in Jasper. The prices are falling too at Days Chevrolet. Now during the model year end clearance, get huge savings up to $14,000 off Chevy Silverado Crew Cab and save up to $7,000 off new Chevy Cruze. The prices are falling on every 2018 Chevy in stock during the model year end clearance. Going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead. Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. So yesterday, now, is it Tim Worley? What's his name? I forget. I read an article yesterday, former UGA player. You know, this stuff of sidelining, sitting the sideline because, you know, you're going to enter the NFL draft and not play for your team. You know, you get a scholarship. Your scholarship requires you play. You're playing for the school, the team, the fans, your scholarship that you're getting paid for. But you sideline it because you're waiting out. You don't want to get anything to happen because you're going to be in the NFL draft. All I'm going to say is I didn't say jokingly, but yesterday I brought out my Texas hat and I had fun. I said, is it too soon to bring this out? And Kirby Smart from UGA is a great coach, okay? He is a great coach. Let me just say this, okay? I'm going to try not to mess it up, but Nick Chubb released a story. now running back for the Browns, okay, released a story about that was written about Mark Richt's retirement. And we just can't miss the real success that's happening. Now, Nick Chubb has not got a national championship ring. And we understand you want your national championship. I'm okay with that. I don't blame you. You should play to win. But Nick Chubb does not have a national championship ring, and he's doing very well. Curley, is that his name? He doesn't have a national championship ring. Is he with the Rams? Am I right? Is he with the Rams? Other one's with the Browns. Is that correct? Curly's or whatever, Gurley, whatever his name is with the Rams. Anyhow, here's the point. So, when Mark Richt I don't want to mess this up. I read this article. It was sent to me. It was a must read. So when Mark Richt retired, all right, when he was leaving UGA, all right, he got the team together. They had a team meeting, all right? And he asked how many, and I'm going to push it real together here because some people may have read the article and say, no, that's not exactly, but he asked how many in the room were raised in homes without a father. Okay. He asked the team, he said, how many of you in the room were raised without a father in the home while you were growing up at some point? And the article says about half of the room raised their hand. About half of this room of the team raised their hand. That's what the article says, somewhere around that. And he said, my job here is to do everything he can. He listed all the things that were the priorities to him. Is that one day in a team meeting, your sons, if you ever have sons sitting in a team meeting, and the same question is asked, the priority to me, the success will be if your children don't raise their hand in that room. I was blown away by that article on Mark Richt, the quality of that guy. All right, and I'm not saying UGA made a mistake in letting him go, and he went to Miami, and and now he's out and retired. But let me tell you something, UGA fans. Kirby Smart worked. Kirby Smart worked for Nick Saban. Kirby Smart is wearing national championship rings as defensive coordinator, I guess, for Alabama, if I get that right. He understands the level of discipline that is demanded by a head coach, a successful head coach like Nick Saban. You don't have to like the guy or not. But he understands that. And Kirby Smart, UGA head coach, has to go back and establish that level of discipline. Are UGA fans out there, Bulldog fans? It's going to slowly continue to erode. Because what happened in UGA football in the last 2 weeks with the lack of discipline from coaching, players, and the fans in the last 2 weeks is worse than anything or any loss or any, final stats in Mark Richt's career. Period. As a UGA head coach. So you guys gotta get. I love it. I'm a UGA fan, but you got to suck it up and realize the level of discipline. And something has to happen between now and next year by the time they take the field. Or you're going to be looking at a lot of disappointed years. That's just all there is to it. Now, don't know why the hell I went down that road. Apple. Oh, wait a minute. Let me put this up. You know, I'm sidetracked, right? ADD. Mean Gene Okerlund. Remember Mean Gene Okerlund, number 16? Josh, do you remember Mean Gene Okerlund?
Barely.
What?
Barely.
Oh, I got to put that on the interview sheet. If you don't know Mean Gene Okerlund, that's got to be a list on the interview sheet that you have to answer affirmative before you can be in the organization. WWE, WWF, years ago, Mean Gene Okerlund, he died, and I wanted to give him a shout out. I can't go through that. Saturday mornings, man, getting up and there's a little kid listening to this guy do these interviews back in the locker room and these wrestlers going crazy. It's hilarious. All right, so let's go to this. I've read 2 articles. Now, number 25, all right, and I don't know what, I do not, you know, stock market sell-off was due to a glitch. We'll work on that in a minute, all right? That's the president says. But look here, the futures are changing. This is what they put up this morning. And here we go, number 26. Tim Cook blames Trump's trade war with China as a big factor for Apple's slowdown. Now, let me explain something to you. My guess, Apple does not have the pricing structures around the world as though they do in America. All right. I tried because of the phenomenon. Of hearing what a superior product Apple is out there. I tried an iPhone 4 or something. This is years ago, okay? I tried an iPhone 4 or something like that. And I kept it about a year. And I went back to, my Google technology or whatever. All right? I never went back to Apple. All right? Now, I have been told that once you work on an Apple computer, or there's an enormous things that you can do on an Apple computer that you can't do on a Microsoft system, the standard Dell, all the other ones. Okay, I've been told that I've been told that Apple is so superior. Okay, I have a correction. I better do this. Let me not do the Apple. I want to do my correction. I almost forgot. I got sidetracked. I got 5 or 6 things happening, all right? Now, you are the research department out there, and I hate to break into this story for a correction, but it's important. You're the research department out there. You help me. Remember in the last segment, I continued to say, okay, hey, you know what? I don't know. I said I don't know 3 or 4 times. I didn't know. But I was told from a good source, part of the FYN morning show research department, that they can't pass it. The bill dies as soon as the 116th Congress is seated. So if there's no action, there hasn't been action on it by the Senate, it dies. All right, so I've been told, because I asked about the bill that the House sent over 2 weeks ago that has the 5.7. I wondered if Mitch McConnell could take all these new senators and pass that with the nuclear option. As soon as this new Congress is seated, the bill dies. That's what I've been told, and it can't be passed. So I want to thank our research department out there. Please continue to send me information. Thank you very much. You are the research department for helping me make that correction. So they can't do that. That ship has sailed. Now back to Apple. Tim Cook blames Trump trade war with China as a big factor for Apple's slowdown. Now what I wanted to get to before I so rudely interrupted myself to change the subject, I'm not knocking Apple, you great ones out there. But keep in mind, Apple treats Americans with an economic separation. All right? Exactly. Now, businesses, you're going to laugh at me, and I'm happy that I can create a good laugh for you. But businesses out there, you keep talking about Facebook. Okay. Now, I'm the crazy one, but a year ago, if I said to you a year ago, just talking around your phone, all right, and the next thing you know, you get an ad that they can hear you 24/7, you're laughing at me. Now it is coming up that Facebook knows where you are at, when you're there, what friends you're talking to, what stories you click on. If the stories you click on are more about X subjects, then you're going to get different ads. You used to think it's cool, now it's creepy. This is true. My wife and I have had a conversation driving down the road in the car. And the next thing you know, she has an ad on her phone somewhere near the conversation. You can laugh at me if you want, okay? Now, marketing. If you are using an Apple product, businesses feel you have more money. Continue to laugh. This is the most hilarious segment you've ever heard, but they do, okay? And Apple's part of it. So you go in and you can buy a phone for $129 and you can get all these apps on here and you can go on with your life, right? But you can't do that with Apple. You got to have, $1,200, I'm just saying, to get that latest, greatest screen. All right? Pixelates. Doesn't pixelate. But when you buy that, Apple has said, we have a level out here that has more money, more affluent. You think it's funny? Okay. Now, Apple also will not put their computers. There is no major, no major thing. It's the old, it's the old label of who's putting it. Yes, they have a different operating system. I'm not stupid, all right? Yes, the operating system is different. Apple has proprietary operating equipment. We're going to get there. But they put their computers and they put their phones at a level where they don't want me, average Joe, to buy them. So I go in and I need a good production computer, and for me to do that, let's say I can put $1,200 in it. I walk one aisle over, the casing, the guts, what's driving that ship, one aisle over in the Apple world, that same computer, yes, I know it has a different operating system, quit saying it, damn it, but that same computer is not $1,200, it's $3,200. I say, hell, I can't have one, all right? There's a reason they have separated themselves in the United States of America, because retailers, if you own Apple computer and you're coming from an Apple, everyone knows, a retailer knows where everything's coming from. I can drill down and tell you if you're watching on your iPhone, your Samsung phone, a laptop, what it is. They can drill down. So Apple intentionally, this $1 trillion, now we're concerned, and everything's going to hinge on this $1 trillion corporation losing a couple billion, 55 billion, right? Big deal. Oh my God, they lost 55 billion. They're going to throw it on Trump. They're going to blame Trump for this, okay? Apple computer tomorrow, all right? You start reading. I read a story this morning about 5 a.m. on Zero Hedge, okay? And I went through this thing. This story was pretty long. And they talk, and Tim Cook here, the CEO of Apple, is giving all of his reasons where there's growth market here, and there's growth here, and there's no growth, and these are the reasons. It's called the K8, all right? I think it's called the K8. And you have to give this report to your investors. You file what's called a K8 for your investors, all right? Now, the interesting thing is he knows that the earnings are going to miss the mark now, when he basically had this information 2 months ago. Exactly. Right? He knew this corporation, this trillion-dollar corporation that's trying to run the economic machine in this country, okay? We get right back to what's called the too big to fail, okay? And Apple was aware of these numbers or the possibilities of missing these marks 2 months ago. But last night this broke. And now they had to halt yesterday. I mean, yesterday this broke. They had to halt Apple's because what happens are the triggers that Trump called a glitch. They call them a glitch, but the triggers that happen. All right, I don't have time to get into that. Now, they use China. Tim Cook blames Trump war with China as big factor with Apple slowdown. What about taking this economy here? And what about moving those golden pieces of equipment that you think are worth $3,000 when this one's only worth $1,200? And why don't you bring it down a little bit? Maybe I might not pay $1,200 or $3,200 for your Apple computer or box, as some call it, all right? And I can only go $1,200 for the production computer I want. I can't go your $3,200. But maybe I'll take a chance on your Apple product for $1,800. I might even spend another $600 so I could say, hey, I got that Apple product that everybody. They're not. It's not the greatest invention in the entire world that it's 32 versus 12. You can say I'm off, but go check out Apple. So a couple things that happened here. Apple could, for all of those that are so hung up on Apple, okay, Apple could, and you keep using, they're using it for China, okay? Apple could go today and have a meeting and say, you know, let's tap into the American market. There's a novelty thing. We priced ourselves out of the American market. And you're going to say, well, I don't think they did because you should see all the kids and you should see all the parents and this and that. Yes, I don't think they did. Because if you'll look at who's carrying around Apple phones, if you'll look who has Apple computers, and I'm not knocking those people, they're trying to create a level of, okay? You know, when you were a kid and you were in high school, you could have the same damn denim, okay, on your pants. This has not changed, folks. We did it through the 70s and the 80s. We had a major change through the 70s and the 80s with tennis shoes and clothing. You can laugh at me if you want. And they do it in every generation. They find products that they can do it with. Okay? In the 70s and the 80s, we did it with clothing. You could have the same piece of denim on. It could be sewed the same way. It could fade the same way. But your mom bought it at BigDenim.com, and that's what it said, not .com back then, Big Denim Warehouse, and that's what it said on the tag, Big Denim Warehouse, and so you're not cool. You go over 2 stores over, and it says Levi's 501 Blues, right? It says 501's red tag Levi's. And you automatically changed your status of cool. I mean, you can keep laughing, all right? Apple is somewhat in that area. All right, they don't know what to do anymore in America. They don't, because they released remember, they're not showing on the internet. Now, the reason I'm spending a lot of time on this, I don't think it's fair to take Apple and Trump and China and paste him as maybe Apple's problem internally that they're trying to figure out what to do. Okay? So we didn't even have 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Hey, Josh, let me ask you a question, because I think you know this internally. About 6 years ago, we'll go back about 6 years ago, if Apple released a phone, there was actually people, released a new model phone, there was actually people that would camp overnight, stampede, stand in a line, 300-400 in a line to get through that door, or crash these small doors. We've had it in LJ, 5, 6 years ago, all over the country because Apple had a new release, correct?
Yep, that happens.
Okay, it did. This last one, you don't see it anymore like you used to.
The last 2 iPhone launches, there was almost nobody there.
Wait a minute. Are you talking to me or the audience?
Both.
Okay, so you're telling me the last 2 iPhone launches, very little hype standing in line trying to get them, right?
Yep, the first 2 I worked, we had people lined around the building.
Okay, and then the last 2, it didn't happen.
Right.
Okay, all right, folks, there you go. Didn't happen. You're not hearing that anymore. But no, they want to. Tim Cook blames Trump trade war. No, Apple, no, because if you come on TV and you make the screen a little bigger, and you come on TV and you tweak something in the camera, or you come on or you go on TV and do a commercial with all these different colored people running around wearing different colored jumpsuits, it doesn't make this phone any greater. And you're running out of things to call it greater, that the American people are snapping it up. And you're trying to create that level, right? Got it? Level of economic status. There's Apple. Why don't you as a business look at maybe approaching the American market? Okay? Why not try to get me to buy your phone? Why not? Okay? I asked a person, don't know if it's true or not, I said, hey, let me ask you point blank. This individual works in the tech industry, works in the phone business, okay? And I said to this individual, I said, with all the new Apple phones that are coming out and stuff, is it time for me to switch back from my phone? I won't give them free advertising. I'll give it to Apple. My phone to Apple? They said, absolutely not. The technology in your phone and the next up of your phone blows Apple away. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if it's true. But that being said, why doesn't Apple, right? Why doesn't Apple try to sell the American market? Period. Now, moving on from that, because I'm going to get off Apple, I read this article. I'm not going to play like I understand trading on Wall Street, all right? But when you make a product here and you ship it to China, okay, you have to have Chinese distribution, period. The Chinese government gets involved, right? Bottom line, you have to, if you make the product here or anywhere else in the world, you ship it to China, you have to have Chinese distribution. The Chinese company that has to be partnered with you to do the distribution also has to have some of its stake in the government has to have some of the stake in the Chinese side of your distribution, period, or you do not do business in China, okay? Jack zero on trade war. Jack zero on trade war. Bottom line. 2, if you manufacture in China, as Trump says, if you manufacture in China, you have to have a partner. You have to. You have to have a Chinese partner. You can't go over there and say, oh, I'm going to make an iPhone for the billion Chinese out there, okay? And I'm going to build my factory. They say, okay, here's your partner. So you have to have a partner. See, in America, we did that. We have government contracts. We have government contracts in America where to get the government contract, so much has to go out to minority contractors. Okay? It's what it is in China just to be in business. You have to have their chosen Chinese meet your new partner, or you're not doing business here. And in that new partnership, the Chinese that are in business with you in China, Apple, there's a portion of them that belong to the government. No matter what they tell you, it's all lies if they're not telling you this. Then, maybe China has over the years been stealing Apple's proprietary information. Maybe they have. Let's just say Chinese cell phone companies can build a mega blast 10 times better cell phone than Apple now in China. Let's just say that's possible because they've stole all of Apple's proprietary information. Apple's lying to you and their investors if they're not going to tell you the truth that China stole all of their proprietary information. And now China builds, they have these great, amazing phones that you got Apple over here saying to the Chinese, hey, we want $2, and this company's saying we want $1, and the Chinese are saying, we're not Americans. We're not going to buy your Apple phone. We're not the Americans walking around that watch Bird Box like this dumbass did and wear blindfolds. We don't do that. We're buying the phone that we stole all your technology for $1. This will never come out. Never come out. So the Chinese market has softened for Apple. Yes, it has. It's softened for Apple. They're not buying the Apple phones at the great rate that they used to buy the phones as they were stealing everything and building these phones. Now the Chinese are doing what? China first, just like America first. They're buying their phones from their manufacturers. Why buy an Apple phone? Look at the headline. Tim Cook blames Trump trade war with China as big factor for Apple's slowdown. BS. Total BS. Nothing true about it. Second, the economy is slowing down in China. We didn't do that. Their economy is slowing down. They're not buying the iPhones at inflated prices. They're buying their own Chinese cell phone manufacturers because they've got your technology. So my thing is, let's not cry over Apple having a worm in it. And maybe Apple might want to rethink their American market and rethink that they have maxed out the money that they've stolen all around the world, getting people to give them $1 trillion. $1 trillion! $1 trillion friggin' dollars! So how about thinking this? Maybe you capped out. Maybe $1 trillion was your cap. Maybe your investors need to realize your $1 trillion was your cap. Maybe you need to look at a new way of your product and realize, you know what? The gig is up. See, Donald says that about everything. The gig is up. It's up. The gig is up. We're not going to give you $600 and $700 more for your phone. We're not going to give you $3,200 for your laptop when we can buy a laptop for $1,200. You can laugh at us all day long that we're not Apple people, but why don't you focus on a market you know nothing about? Why not? Called us out here, the people that can't afford your product. But maybe then, if that happens, the people that are retailing out there that you're in cahoots with all these other people that know they're using, get a price. If you totally use Apple products, there's so many things you're purchasing that you're paying a higher price because they think you have more money. I'm your host, BKP. I don't know how I did on that segment, but I'm going to move from that because I got to get to Mitt Romney. But Tim Cook, I'm sorry. And Apple investors, I'm sorry. And I hope you're not too sad today. But I don't give a rat's because I don't own not one share of your stock. So I don't share your pain. Take us a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
The leaves aren't the only thing falling in Jasper. The prices are falling too at Days Chevrolet. Now during the model year end clearance, get huge savings up to $14,000 off Chevy Silverado Crew Cab and save up to $7,000 off new Chevy Cruze. The prices are falling on every 2018 Chevy in stock during the model year end clearance, going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Okay, we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I've already moved it to 9:30. was not my intention. I got stuck on the Apple, but I'm so upset over the stock market and the way it's being perceived, and everything is Trump's fault. I mean, Trump, every single thing is Trump's fault, according to the media, the deep state media, and I'm so tired of it. We should be talking about, and I read some things Congressman Doug Collins put out over the holiday, and right here in our district, we should be talking about the new crime bill that was done. Great new piece. Not every piece of legislation is great, but that's a pretty good piece of legislation. We should be talking about some other things, but when he said there's a glitch, and I want to get off the stock market, but the president said there was a glitch and they're making fun of him, okay? Now, algorithms, which they tell me that algorithms involve algebra. Is that correct, Josh? So I should have paid attention in algebra, okay? I guess. Is that right, Josh? Algorithms is surrounded by algebra? Is that correct, or am I wrong on that? When if I'm wrong, say it. I mean, I don't care. But anyhow, algorithms, right? That's what we're hearing. And but there's people that, bought the 425 or the 325, depends where you live. They bought the $325,000 house in the neighborhood. These little guys that drive the BMWs, and they bought the 325 or 425 or 375, regardless. And they think they're a cut above, and they went in there and they took that one room that was the perfect room for the office or the home office, and they set it up, and they've got 5 or 6 computer screens going, and they got 2 or 3 computers, and I'm not saying this is a total fault, but they're day traders. We'll call them day traders, but there's some people that have, there's some people that have some pretty interesting setups, and they can set these computer systems up and these programs up now to read headlines. They actually can read headlines. Absolutely. They can read headlines. They can pick the negative out of the headline. Oh, yeah. They then can a certain move in a stock sale. If all of a sudden it senses X amount of stock is sold here, it could hit a trigger. You can have triggers set up. It'll sell off. So the days of the stock market being something where, you're eating lunch with your broker and you want to hear somebody whisper a tip, insider trading, all right, but you want to tip on something. A lot of that stuff is gone. A lot of that stuff is history in the stock market. It has changed so much. You can have a sell-off that just runs on the market so fast because of the computer and the algorithms that are involved that are set. So I'm not trying to run cover for Donald Trump on the glitch, but I am saying there's a big difference. And then you have the lies in the stock market, okay? The lies in the stock market concerning, like Tim Cook and Apple. All right, a couple things. Let's talk about Romney that you don't want to, but the Wall Street Journal, okay? So the Wall Street Journal, Dow futures, Dow Jones futures, let's see, has it opened already? Let's see if the Dow is down. Wall Street Journal. Okay, the Dow is already down 100, is already down this morning. Anyhow, some of the headlines: Democrats set to push election overhaul without Republican support. U.S. stocks set to fall sharply after Apple sales warning. All right? We have to figure out something in this country where our economy, all right, the way stocks are traded, it's totally changed, okay? It's totally changed, the way stocks are traded. The way it goes up and down, the volatility in the market, it's different, and it's always going to be. These corporations that end up a $1 trillion corporation like Apple, we cannot have these volatilities disrupt our day-to-day lives of the real people. And we got to figure something out. I'm not saying bust up Ma Bell like AT&T with Apple. I'm not saying that, all right? I'm not saying you got to bust these corporations up. I don't go down that road with what time I have left. But I do want to say this. It seems funny that 6 months ago, you could go on the internet and you could find awesome economic news 6 months ago. People had the highest, lowest unemployment, okay, highest sales, manufacturing up, all right, consumer confidence, highest ever since 50 years, 70 years, whatever. Everything through the roof. Boom, 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 boom. Earnings, corporate earnings, your earnings. First time in so many years Americans are earning more. Up, boom, 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 6 months ago. And all of a sudden, okay, all of a sudden, there's Apple. Now, I don't know how many of you read articles on Axios.com, but I read this article this morning, all right? Trump breaks with justice. Trump can be indicted, okay? Pelosi breaks with justice. Trump can be indicted. This is what you're reading. An interview to air on NBC's Today Show, co-anchor Savannah Guthrie asked Nancy Pelosi, who will become House Speaker at 1:30 today, 1:30, do you believe the special counsel should honor and observe the Department of Justice guidance that states a sitting president cannot be indicted? Pelosi replied, according to an excerpt from the NBC, no, I mean, I don't think. I do not think that is conclusive. No, I do not. With that response, she became the highest-ranking official to suggest President Trump could be indicted while in office. So Pelosi, Jerry Nadler, I'm just telling you, at 1:30 today, okay, he has subpoena power. He will be the majority leader sitting with subpoena power on the House Judicial Committee. The ranking member, okay, for the Republicans is U.S. Congressman Doug Collins. He does not have subpoena power. The House of Representatives, the Speaker of the House at 1:30 today becomes the highest ranking member of the House. Speaker of the House said Trump could be indicted while in office. Okay, the other one, I've got to get to Mitt Romney. I cannot close. This came out 4 hours ago. I read this story this morning 4 hours ago. Don't have time to go in it. But an exclusive poll from Axios.com. Recession fears are growing, okay? The total, 65%. Do you think a recession over the next year is likely or unlikely? This is a Survey Monkey. 65% say likely. 31% say unlikely. Republicans, 53% of Republicans, they say answered this question that it's likely we'll have a recession this year. 47 no. Independent, 62% yes, 35 no. Democrat, 82 yes, 16 no. So they have pushed our psyche. They have pushed our direction on the media every day. You wonder why I get up and watch what direction these people are going in. I told you long ago they were pushing down this road. Pushing down this road. Now they have convinced people there'll be a recession. Now, your boss did not tell you not to come in. Your boss did not tell you, to stay home. Your boss did not come in and say, we're going to cut everybody's hours. I have gone to restaurants over the holidays, by show of hands out there, me being first. How many of you went to an eating establishment over the holidays that you actually said, okay, why are all of those booth seats, why are they empty over there? And a line out the door waiting to be seated. Because they didn't have enough people to serve all the sections in their restaurant. I particularly ate at 2 places in the last 2 weeks that there was empty seats with a line out the door. And the reason being is they did not have enough servers, okay, to staff the entire restaurant to open all the sections. Because if they open a section of these 6 tables or 5 tables, whatever they give to a server, and they double up another server, the quality is going to be so bad. So they have to make choices sometimes to just not open a section. How many? But no, they want you to believe that we are dead-headed into a recession. They have lined all the stars up to give this guy an isolated 20. Now, Trump is being isolated and surrounded. There's 2 things here. Let me say this. This is my profound quote of the day, whether I don't know what it's worth. But there's 2 things here, Josh. Either, neither, right? I don't know which one. Either, I don't know. Sometime. Either, right? I guess. Anyhow, just judge me later. Either the Democrats and the deep state media carrying the water, either they have Trump on the ropes in 2019, or Trump is playing rope-a-dope. Just saying. That's where we're at. Because they either got him cornered on the ropes. Ali used to sit there and go like this and just let Norton punch like crazy. He used to let Norton punch like crazy, right? Or Foreman, Norton. He used to let Larry Holmes. Ali would sit there and, Larry, I'll play a rope-a-dope, Larry. What's his name? Howard Cosell. Howard, I'm playing rope-a-dope. So anyhow, rope-a-dope, he's on the ropes or he's playing rope-a-dope, and he's going to come out as soon as he's ready. Either he's got something. But here's the point. They're driving this cart a certain way. Now, Republicans will fall for it. I'm going to end by saying this, okay, today, because I want to bring this up, and you're not going to like all the time I'm giving to this. Let me see where my pictures are. Let me go with this, Josh. I'm going to give you a number here. I want to see. Give me number 22. Don't get caught up in the sensationalizing what happened here. Let's focus on what really did happen here. Okay? Okay. Utah should be safe for Mitt Romney. So if Mitt Romney wants 2 terms as senator, there's nothing he could probably do to the President of the United States that he would lose Utah. All right? Remember, he switched his address, moved over to Utah, so he could become senator. So he's safe. Let's be realistic. Romney's safe to say whatever he wants. That's number 1. Okay? Number 2, Mitt Romney has 6 years. No matter what Romney says right now, he can take the heat. All right? Romney can say anything he wants. He can take the heat. He has 6 years. He's not up for re-election in 2020. Whether you want to believe this or not, this is my step way out there. Okay? Now, Trump worked very hard to get the Senate. Okay? But he's about Judas here, yes. Trump may be on the edge of being betrayed by the Senate like you have never seen. All right? This is just my long shot, but here you go. So Romney could say what he wants. If you think, ready? If you think Mitt Romney released that op-ed as one-time Republican presidential candidate, okay, one-time governor of Massachusetts, knows the GOP donor class. This guy knows the GOP donor class as well as anybody in the Republican Party. He's been there. So if you think Mitt Romney dropped that Washington Post op-ed at 8 o'clock the other night, Monday night, and other Republican senators were not aware of it, you're bad wrong. If you think that other senators out there did not know that shoe was dropping, you're bad wrong. You see, Romney is going to be used. He's the canary. He's the canary in the coal mine. That's right. Romney can take the heat. All the Republicans that attack him today, all of you on social media that he is, that's why he never got elected, blah, 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 blah. He can take it. He's got 6 years. He's head of the line. Line up behind me. Because here's what happens. I'm going to start this ball rolling that nobody wants to talk about. Don't forget, there's senators already know Romney did that. There's senators that approve, whether you want to believe it or not. I'm not just talking about Bob Corker and Jeff Flake that are gone. There's ones that are there. They're going to stab Trump in the back. So Romney starts out, he's going to go down to coal mine canary if he comes back alive. But what is the other thing? Keep this in mind. Put this in your check, because it's going to be an ugly year, folks, in the political world. And Trump supporters are going to have to understand what's going on. And if you're reading cryptic messages, trying to feel, listen, I'm on board. I read everything. I'm on board. You got it? But there's some of us that have our hopes and dreams in this future of this country in cryptic messages that we go find in these obscure websites. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Like, I'm not knocking on anybody. I promise you. But I read everything going on in 2018. And I read what the Republicans had. And I read what was going on behind closed doors. Guess what? In 2 weeks, now in the last hurrah news cycle, they brought James Comey in twice to be questioned. And the last hurrah, they brought, Loretta Lynch in. The last hurrah. But let me say this, and this source knows what they're talking about. I cannot reveal my sources, right? But this source knows what they're talking about. Remember earlier today, okay, I said, why doesn't the Senate take their 53, okay? Why doesn't the Senate take their 53 votes and pass, Mitch McConnell with nuclear option, pass what the House sent over with $5 billion in it just the other day, right? And I got a message from a source that said, the bill dies as soon as the 116th Congress is seated. Let me tell you what else it dies. All those grand illusions. I know, damn it, I'm with you. Hillary should be arrested. Damn it, I'm with you. I don't understand how Uba Abedin and Hillary and Susan Rice and Tony Podesta and John Podesta, I don't know how any of them walk the streets. I don't know. I'm with you. But all the cryptic messages you have been giving and everything you've been reading, guess what else dies at 1:30 today? All of the opposition research that we have been doing in the House. It goes into cold case files. This is the best example. I have been telling you over and over for how many damn months? At 1:30 today, Gerald Nadler is going to change the direction of the Judiciary Committee in the House of Representatives. Period. Adam Schiff is going to change the direction in the Intelligence Committee at 1:30 today. As Nancy goes like this or whatever she does, she can wiggle. She gets that wiggle when she gets excited. She gets that little wiggle. When she does that at 1:30 today, everything is like dominoes. Tick, 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 tick. Jerry Nadler, Adam piece of Schiff. They're all. And guess what happens to all that Republican stuff that we thought we had that was ready to explode and expose and a bada boom, bada bing? What happens? It goes into a cold case file. But we have the Senate, because Donald keeps saying, well, if you do this, this, this in the House, we've got the Senate. We'll have our Judiciary Committee in the Senate. Here's my fear. My fear is we're going to see in coming days and weeks and months. My fear is he doesn't have the Senate quite like he thinks, because the Senate is the biggest wishy-washy piece of garbage there is at times, because these senators are state. They're elected by the state, so they got to make Atlanta happy, and they got to make me happy in North Georgia, and they got to balance that. Well, guess what? My congressman needs to know. Boom! In the 9th District, we support our president. My congressman don't have to worry about Atlanta. If he does, he needs to go. Period. My congressman in the 9th District of Georgia, I get along with him. I didn't mean that in an ugly way, but if he's up there worried about Atlanta, he needs to go. That's why the House has that stronger tie to their district and more concerned about what their district. But these senators, they all have those big hot spots, in their state. David Perdue is going to run in the state of Georgia knowing what happened in the governor's race with Atlanta, suburban white Republican women. It's going to be all over the place. Watch and see. So what I'm trying to tell you very closely is that changes. Now the Senate, if we hold, that's why the senator, your first senator, Romney, he started the line because, look, let me tell you something. The Senate, you will see them fall up. We're going to see. And I'm going to do two things. Today before I close. I'm going to reiterate a prediction that I've made that people don't like. You don't like anything about it. But I'm going to reiterate it because now you keep hearing this next election. You keep hearing this next election is the most important in our lifetime. This next election is the most important in our lifetime. In 2018, the Senate map favored Republicans. Big. Claire McCaskill in Missouri, we knew was out. We knew we could get Ben Nelson. It favored us. We knew we could get him out. We knew we could save our seats where we needed to protect our seats as Republicans. The only one that really is a disappointing, now, it is disappointing is the one in, was it Montana, John Tester? We almost got here to him, okay? But the Senate was a favorable map to Republicans in 2018. Now, you need 3 flips to go 50-50. Now, my prediction in 2020, I don't know. I could be wrong. We got a long way to go. I don't know if Republicans get the House back. I don't know. So let's picture this. Republicans don't get the House back in 2020. I don't know what happens in the presidency, but let's say the Senate flips Democrat. Let's say they do get rid of Trump. Don't get mad. Let's say they do somehow get rid of Trump. Or let's say Trump loses the election. Let's just say. And let's say we wake up one morning in November and we find a Democrat in the White House, a Democrat-controlled Senate, and a Democrat-controlled House. Now, here is what Mitt Romney did. He took the heat and he started the line. Lamar Alexander has decided in Tennessee he's not going to run for re-election. What does that mean? Tennessee is going to be up in the air with a fight. Okay? You know by now, Marsha Blackburn did win Tennessee, beat the former governor there as in Tennessee, Democrat, but that's going to be up. Tennessee is not a slam dunk, all right? So whoever gets that's going to be Shelley Moore Capito, West Virginia, should be a slam dunk for her. Should be, okay? All right, Bill Cassidy, Republican of Louisiana, should be a slam dunk. Okay, so we got Tennessee's going to be open. Susan Collins of Maine is going to be up for re-election. All right? Up for re-election. All right? Let's push that one. Let's see what happens there. John Cornyn of Texas. All right? Tom Cotton of Arkansas. I know how much you like Tom Cotton. Now, all I'm telling you is as I read these, start thinking of who might get behind Mitt. Who might come over here and get in line with Mitt. Mitt started the line. You don't have to like what I'm saying, but I'm telling you the truth. Mitt started the line. Mitt is telling a certain amount of Republicans where they can run shelter. I'm going to provide the shelter right over here. I'm going to start the line, and you may slowly want to come into place as we see the polling for your states. Oh, I'm serious. I'm serious. All right? Trump will be on the ballot. All right, Tom Cotton, Steve DeSantis of Montana should be safe. Inez over in Wyoming should be safe. Joni Ernst in Iowa. Joni Ernst in Iowa. Watch out. Cory Gardner in Colorado. That's a tough one. Cory Gardner in Colorado. Lindsey Graham in South Carolina. Cindy Hyde-Smith in Mississippi has to run again, which should be a lock. James Inhofe of Oklahoma should be a lock. John Kyle, a Republican from Arizona. That seat's going to be empty in 2020 because who's filling it right now? McSally, right? Martha McSally, the lady that lost, that is a John McCain lookalike. So she's been beat once in Arizona, all right? They match up against McSally for a second time? Just saying. John Risch of Idaho should be safe. Roberts in Kansas should be safe. Rounds in Dakota should be safe. Ben Sass in Nebraska should be safe, but he's not a big Trump supporter, okay? It's gonna be, just watch. Dan Sullivan of Alaska should be safe. Thom Tillis. Tillis in North Carolina. North Carolina is now as purple a state as you can get, okay? They have flipped North Carolina like you would not believe. They have rolled it over a hill 10 times. It is black and blue and red and whatever, but it's purple. So North Carolina, Tillis could have a matchup there. If polling numbers, if this president gets pushed on the ropes, and it doesn't look good for Trump in 2020, this guy could fall in line. And last but not least, okay, David Perdue of Georgia. To me, David Perdue of Georgia has the toughest re-election bid of any. He just watched what Stacey Abrams did. He watched how close the election was in Georgia. What has happened? He has been so beholden to Donald Trump. He's going to have to walk a tight line. He's going to have to try to get Republican white women, this guy right here, Republican white women to come out and vote for him in Georgia. David Perdue has tied his horse to Trump. Just saying. On the other side, Cory Booker's safe in New Jersey. Chris Coons in Delaware, he's going back. Durbin in Illinois is going back. Doug Jones may be the one flip, okay, back in Alabama. Ed Markey in Massachusetts should be safe. Oregon should be safe with theirs. Michigan, Peters should be safe in Michigan. Maybe not, but should be. Rhode Island should be safe. And Janine Shanine in New Hampshire, may get a flip there. The Minnesota should be safe. The New Mexico, Udall should be safe. And Mark Warner should be safe in Virginia. That's blue. The Senate being Republican, don't get all hyped up and excited, okay? Period. Don't do it. Watch. Pay attention to what happens, okay? And Trump being in the presidency. And don't think that Nancy Pelosi wants to cut deals with Donald Trump. She doesn't want to do it. She feels that she can be the one to push this man out the door. Trust me, she does. She does not like this guy. She wants rid of this guy. And she thinks she can be the one to damage. See, pushing Trump out the door to go home in 19, as angry as you people are at me right now, would implode the Republican Party like bam. If these cowardless, okay, they're coward. If these cowards, Republican senators, start feel the cracking in their polling numbers, Mitt Romney has started the line, and he'll take the heat. He's got 6 years. He does not have a re-election. And don't think he sent that out in the Washington Post. And senators on his side of the aisle supposedly didn't know it, and some approved of it. They're just not telling you. Folks, if we end up in 2020 and there's no President Donald J. Trump in 2020, because if there's no President Donald J. Trump and he leaves for any reason, don't think for 1 minute a Republican is going to make it. I think it will be somewhat a 1974 situation like Nixon, okay, and Gerald Ford, maybe. But if there's no Trump in 2020, and that is held by a Democrat, and the House is held by a Democrat, and the Republicans is held by a Democrat, you will continue to see the American flag. Our name will continue to be the United States of America. We won't change our name. And we will continue to fly the American flag. But your America will be gone, done, and finished. Complete. The job will be finished and over of the takeover, from the final takeover from the deep state, will be finished and complete. I'm your host, BKP. Now tomorrow, I know I'm running a little late, but tomorrow we are going to be where? Circuit World. It's great to be back at Circuit World with all our friends. So tomorrow at Circuit World, we're going to be back there, okay? And we'll have our Ask Dr. Whaley, Ask the Doc, our all-star political panel, bada bing, bada boom, and then we'll move right into North Georgia Senior Living and move right into our Pet of the Week, and then we'll just have a big old time up in Blue Ridge tomorrow. Glad to be back. Tune in 8 a.m. I'm out.